Alright, so we've got a Civic update. Wheels, tint. Super simple, right down, easy peasy. The wheels are the Enki wheels off the Tiburon. I can't remember the exact model number, but I believe it's like FD7. These are 15 by 6.5 with a 38 offset. They fit really well, the wheels, they look good. They're all in awesome condition. I mean, I was the first owner of them, so I took good care of them. I've also got the tires, which are 195, 55, 15s, which for the Tiburon, that is the exact factory spec, but these are a smaller diameter from factory, so it does throw the speedometer off a little bit, about 2 miles an hour, so at 60, 1 mile an hour at 30, so it's not a huge deal. Just follow the speed limit and you'll be within a range. Cop's not going to pull you over for doing 1 mile, 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. And the tint, it looks beautiful. I have a guy, he's in the Auburn, Lewiston area in the state of Maine. Nate Turner on Facebook, Film EFX. He does an amazing job. I stayed out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours the night before I bought it to him. Scraped all the windows down really good just to get any dust or dirt, anything off them. Because if he's going to be putting tint on it, I want it to be, super clean. So doing that definitely made a huge difference. And for any of you guys that wanted tint windows, really, I suggest doing that. I want a razor blade though that won't scratch the windows, because I've heard that some razor blades can possibly do that. So it's something to look into. What I went for percentages. In the state of Maine, the law is 35 for the front two side windows, and anything behind the B-pillar doesn't really matter. So what I did was I went a little bit darker than the legal limit. 35 in my opinion is just too light, it lets in too much light. So I went with 20 on the front sides, 20 on the rear sides, and then the very back window I went with a 5% tint. The reason that I did that was if the sun is at the back of the car and it's beaming down onto that back window, with it being 5%, it's not going to let much light through it, whereas if it was 20%. So if there's not a lot of light coming in the back window, the side windows will keep it dark. Like looking into it, it gives it a nice side profile. And then I did a 5% windshield strip because the car is gutted and doesn't have sun visors. I figured it'd be beneficial for me to go with the darkest tint he had, which was 5%. In my opinion, it looks awesome. He did a great job all the way around. On Facebook, he has like 39 reviews. Every single one of them, 5 stars, 5.0. Super awesome guy, super friendly. After he got my car tinted, he was just telling me like little things I could do for the motor if it was big power, because he's really into cars too, and super helpful. Like, I can't say enough good stuff about him. He did a great job and I'm satisfied, happy customer. Me and my buddies have taken all of our cars to him, and if I for some reason wanted to tint another car, or if I had to retint this, like I said, for some reason, that's where I would go. I'd go right straight to him. He doesn't use like cheap Walmart film. It's good quality film, nice and thick. It lays down awesome. Again, all around good experience. He's been a great guy. So one of the other big things I'm having an issue with right now, pretty much mainly my only issue, is with these wheels and this tire setup. I get a lot of rubbing. It's not a huge deal in the front, but in the back it is hitting the lip on the fender. They need to be rolled up in. But where we patched the rear quarters where they rust on these, tremendous, like, it's notorious for rusting there. We welded in a metal panel and did some bondoing on it, so I don't want to risk that breaking or cracking, and so I just don't know what I'm going to do. I don't really want to raise it because I think it looks pretty good right now, but right now it's honestly looking like my only option. I was thinking about, on the back, grinding out those lips there where it comes down from the fender and comes in, But the thing about that is that's what gives the fender its structural integrity, and if it's windy out or I'm driving and stuff, I don't want those flapping. But this is just a little update. I wanted to let you guys know I got it tinted, got the wheels and tires on it, something just temporarily. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out something for the rubbing issue, because I'm not gonna deal with that. I don't want to have a big bump coming up and me not really see it and go down in it and the tires hit the fenders and warp those. Just stuff that we don't really need to deal with. Something else that I haven't really mentioned was the door poppers. I have issues with those. The odds of them working are like 1 out of 10. The passenger side hasn't worked for like 6 months, 7 months, so really ever since I put it in, the passenger one hasn't worked. At first they both worked flawlessly every single time, but as you guys know, I've got the Del Sol, so I'm going to be taking the actuators out of that and putting it in this, so they'll work every time hopefully, and it'll stop the issue of me having to leave my window down all the time whenever I go somewhere, so I can get back in it. But I'm pretty happy with it. These past few days, or this past day of me having my car tinted, and because when you get a car tinted you have to leave the windows up for everything to cure and whatnot, it's been pretty difficult because, you know, with the windows always being up, it makes it difficult for me to get in the car. There's been a few times where I actually had to come through the hatchback, and it's just a big pain in the butt. So the Del Sol actuators I'll be taking off, putting on this, and the doors should be good, and then from there we'll be able to put the trim back on the doors. We'll put the trim around the windshield, on the roof, and I think that'll pretty much be it. I've got to do the rear disc brake conversion from the Del Sol to this, and I think I'm going to do drilled and slotted rotors as well, or just slotted. There's a video out there explaining why each one have their benefits and their cons, so I'm definitely going to do more research on that and make a decision based upon what the actual hard, cold facts are. So I just want to end this video by saying thank you guys for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff, because it means a bunch to me. I'll see you guys on the next update.